week. Let's pivot, talk a little Guardians, though, guys, because that was another great win yesterday for the Guardians. But before we do that, this Guardians segment is brought to us by FanDuel. You guys know I love sports. I love them so much. I never want them to stop. But as the playoffs wind down, we get fewer and fewer games, and the sports just aren't sportsing like I want them to. But FanDuel lets me keep the sports going whenever I want. All I have to do is open up the app and dream up bets anytime I'm in the mood. And this summer, FanDuel is hooking up all customers with a boost or a bonus daily. That's right. There's something for everyone every day all summer long. So head over to FanDuel.com and start making the most out of your summer. FanDuel, the official sports betting partner of Major League Baseball and the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show. Hell of a win for the Guardians yesterday. Bull, Jhonkensy Noel with another homer. Matthew Boyd pitched out of his mind. Where do you want to start, Boyd or Noel?
I think with Boyd, because that was shocking. I mean, it was pretty shocking how well he pitched. I know he had dominated in the minors on his 5 or 6 rehab starts, whatever it was. And he had pitched great. He had more strikeouts than innings. I think he'd only walked 2 guys in the minors, and had been pretty lights out. But this is a guy who's coming off Tommy John surgery, who had never been a particularly good pitcher. He'd been, so-so at his best. And I was very impressed by him last night. They took him out right. I thought he was going to go 6, but they must have had a pitch count at 80 because they took him out right at 80 pitches. But 5 1/3. I think he retired the last 9 he faced. What was it, 6 strikeouts, I believe?
61 strikes on 80 pitches.
Yeah, I mean, there was nothing bad about his outing. I mean, he made some of the Cubs' good hitters look bad. I was extremely impressed. He had excellent command. The velocity was where he wanted it to be. 3 hits, no walks. He just gave the 1 run on the sacrifice fly. It was a fantastic performance. And the way Gavin Williams and Tanner Bybee just pitched, it feels like you're hopeful now that the back end of the rotation can be competent, although Lively struggled 2 starts in a row, so you're a little worried about him. But this was big because all these other guys they've had fill in, whether it's Allen or McKenzie or Carrasco, have all been pretty crappy.
Man, this is a good palate cleanser, man. Like we just came off a segment where we ate like 6 pounds of steak, tiramisu. Now this is a good fresh salad to cleanse you up, man.
That's right.
Because this one is like, man, that's what it's all about. You get a dude that come in off Tommy John surgery. By the way, swing and miss rate, he like 29%. Guys was up there fanning it at the ball.
Yeah.
Like, this is the type of pitching performance that you need in the playoffs, right? And I'm not saying that he's going to be like an ace in the playoffs or anything, but you need guys swinging. You need the strikeout. If you get, in and out of jams, you need to get people off the base pass, right? You give up an opening double, hey, I need you to strike these next two dudes out.
Yeah.
And he was able to do that, came off Tommy John. The 6 strikeouts was 3 hits. Like, they had a couple of hard ones in the beginning.
Yeah.
He settled right in. But if they can continue to get this, if they get this, Cobb is going tonight, right?
Yeah, hopefully his second start will
be
better.
If he bounced back, now all of a sudden you get them 2 looking decent, Bybee and Gavin Williams at the top of the ticket, and you got Lively. Come on now. It look a lot better than it was a couple of weeks ago.
Hey, man, listen. Matthew Boyd for president, right? I'm at the point now to where I'm convinced.
He caught that.
I'm convinced
that blue wave.
I'm convinced Tommy John surgery is the blueprint to becoming a better pitcher in the future. I'm trying to tell you.
I'm trying to get that.
Hopefully he'll have the best 2 months of his career.
I'm trying to get that TJ.
Hey,
Guy's stronger than ever.
Voluntary. Garrett Bush just did voluntary.
Let me get that voluntary TJ. But I thought he had a very, very dominant performance, man. He seemed very confident. I heard him speaking the post game after the fact. And he seemed like, man, he just couldn't wait to get back to pitching in the major leagues. And he talked about how much baseball is important to him, how much he believed he still has in the tank, and how much he's looking forward to helping his team.
Yeah.
And I think if he could continue to pitch the way he pitched last night, and Gavin Williams and Tanner Bybee can hold it down, then Lively could give us something. Man, we cooking like we in there like swimwear, baby. And big Christmas, man, like
okay,
Christmas, baby.
Okay. Here's what we're going to have to do. See, we're not going to do this. We be clowning. It's time. Big Christmas is not no novelty. We got to start putting some respect on. He's supposed to be in this lineup.
He for real.
We've been trying everybody out there to right field.
He everything that we thought Kyle Manzardo was.
We were supposed to be getting Lane. I always want to call him Lane Johnson.
Lonnie Thomas.
Lane Johnson is a tackle for the Eagles. Listen, he's not hitting all that great. You look at the home runs. 2 home runs in the last, 3 games?
3 home runs in the last 2 games.
3 home runs in the last 2 games. Listen.
And by the way, the one yesterday took a bounce and was out of the stadium. It was rolling to the queue.
If he's going to, I'm not laughing no more about swings and misses. I don't care. If you're going to deliver that type of power, I need people that's going to change the game in one swing. That's what you need. It don't matter about, listen, everybody ain't going to have an OPS. Everybody ain't going to have a great eye at the plate. You need 1 or 2 of these guys. And they was giving a lot of minutes to these other guys. They made some acquisitions. And I like the fact he came in. He didn't pout about it. He came around and put the ball out of the park. He's like, this is what happens when you give Big Christmas and let him open some presents in July. I want to open. I want my presents now.
Mike, isn't he 4th on the team in home or 5th? He's 5th, right?
But behind Naylor,
Ramirez,
Quan, Fry, and yes, he's 5th.
Right.
I saw real quick.
Yeah.
I forget who tweeted this out yesterday, and I apologize for
stealing.
Not giving
He
credit.
about to steal it.
No, I didn't listen. I didn't steal it because someone did it. But someone said they should rename that left field home run porch the North Pole, after how Jhonkensy has hit 3 piss missiles out that way the last few days.
He's out here.
Piss missiles.
I don't know how I feel about that. You tried that.
I don't love piss missiles.
You got to say it 2 more times, then take hold of it. We're gonna.
The only thing I don't like more than that is when people say somebody's butt hurt.
Hey, Mike,
I want to punch everybody in the face that says
Mike,
that.
the home run
So you're
yesterday.
butthurt over piss missiles?
See, I'm going to punch you right in the face. So this guy has 9 home runs playing limited bats.
33 games.
How many games is he?
33 games.
How many
he has
plate appearances does he have?
83 plate appearances, or 83 at bats.
Okay, and how many plate appearances? 90?
87. He's walked 4 times.
Okay. So listen, there's some flaw in the player. There's no doubt about it. But the Guardians, despite having better home run totals than last year, are still flawed home run wise after the top of the lineup. This guy's got prodigious power. The fact that he is 5th on the team in home runs in 84 plate, 87 plate appearances?
87 plate appearances.
That's 1 home run less than every 9 plate appearances, okay? That's ridiculous. He absolutely needs to be in the lineup every day. Now, people are getting insane about Lane Thomas. It shouldn't be between Lane Thomas and Jhonkensy Noel. Lane Thomas should still be playing nearly every day. I know he's been awful so far. You could play them both every day.
Yeah.
You could DH Jhonkensy Noel. You could play Lane Thomas in center field. It doesn't have to be one. There's no need for one or the other when the other guys aren't very good. Lane Thomas has been here 2 seconds. Let's not write him off because he's gotten off to a bad start. But Jhonkensy Noel absolutely should be in the lineup every day. And I don't think it's crazy that he can hit 11 more home runs this season in the final 2 months and finally be the first Guardians outfielder with 20 home runs since Michael Bradley over a decade ago. So I'm putting this guy in the lineup every day. Obviously, I'll bat him higher against lefties than I would against righties. But I'll tell you what, with David Fry struggling, what I'm doing right now against lefties, here's what the top of my lineup would look like against lefties. I would have Quan 1, Lane Thomas 2, Ramirez 3, Naylor 4, Jhonkensy 5, and David Fry 6.
Now you got something.
That's right. And then you got Jimenez 7th. He's been a little better lately.
But he can surprise you every now and again.
And then against righties, okay, now against righties, I'm putting Jose in the 2 spot. I'm moving Naylor up, and I'm betting Jhonkensy clean up against righties because Lane Thomas and David Fry are not as good against righties.
This is fall ball league bull right
this,
here.
This is it.
This is fall ball.
My team is all over it.
Move them up, down, lefty, righty.
Let's go, John. Listen. This is serious power here.
I mean, he's hitting the ball over the stadium.
Serious power.
Bull said no BSing. This is serious. This is for real.
And by the way,
I like his backflip.
And he's going to strike out. He's going to do all kind. He's going to have some at bats where he looks like crap when he faces a really good pitcher. But I got to see him in there every day. Who am I playing that I would not play him every day? I don't need to see Tyler Freeman or Brian Rocchio or any of these other slappies on the back end.
And by the way, they need to bring back the old ESPN dudes. Who's the dude that En Fuego?
En Fuego.
Aloha means goodbye.
Yeah.
Every time I hear it, I'm like, bro, he got a name. He got the Sports Center name when you used to go back to Sports Center and watch in the morning just for the baseball highlight.
Chris Berman would have fun with this guy.
And by the way, the best name in baseball. First of all, it's two names.
Yeah.
That don't belong with each other.
No.
And it's like John and Mackenzie.
Yeah.
But it's a guy. It's Jhonkensy Noel.
Yeah.
The first Noel, Big Christmas himself. Bro, listen, that's worth another contract in itself. All you got to do is hit 20 home runs, big fella.
Well, I know you're a guy who loves the advanced analytics of baseball.
Yeah.
How much importance or weight do you put into a player's average bat speed?
Oh, it's big.
Where do you think Jhonkensy Noel ranks in Major League Baseball this year of all players with at least 80 at-bats?
4.
In terms of the fastest average bat speed?
I would bet it's near top 10%.
How about third overall?
Third overall?
I said 4.
Look at you. You said 4.
I said 4.
Who's ahead of him?
Try to guess the top 10.
Old boy from the Phillies. What's his name?
Bryce Harper?
Yeah.
Schwarber?
Or Schwarber?
Schwarber's in it. Harper's not.
So
Ohtani?
Ohtani is not.
Oh, wow.
Ohtani's 14th.
Huh. Where's Schwarber?
5th.
Hold on.
Giancarlo Stanton?
Number 1.
He's swinging hard, bro.
Aaron Judge?
Number 6.
Pause. Golly, G. Bush.
So Noel's faster on an average bat speed with an average bat speed of 78.1 miles per hour per swing.
I mean, that's pretty.
I'll give you the rest of the top 10 real quick.
Maturity issues right here.
Juan Soto on the list?
Juan Soto is not in the top 15.
Oh.
The top 10, Giancarlo Stanton.
Okay.
O'Neal Cruz, second Pittsburgh
okay.
shortstop. Jhonkensy Noel, third. Matt Wallner of the Twins, fourth. Schwarber, fifth. Aaron Judge, sixth.
Yeah.
Ronald Acuna Jr., seventh.
He's hurt.
Joe Adell, eighth. Matt Chapman, ninth. And Yordan Alvarez, 10th. So
And
pretty impressive.
outside of Joe Adell, all those I haven't paid as close attention. Joe Adell's I don't think having a particularly great season, but the rest of the guys are all.
Is Wallner having a good year?
I mean, he hasn't been up that long, but he's been pretty good. But overall, it's a list of guys who have been. Most of those guys are excellent.
Adell has 18 homers.
It does.
Yeah, 18 homers, 54 ribbies. He's having a pretty good year. He's only hitting 203.
Who's 11 through 15?
11 through 15, Miguel Sano, Christopher Morel.
Well, that hurts. That hurts the list. Miguel Sano's basically out of baseball. Christopher Morel has tons of power, but he's batting under 200.
And then Shohei and Gunnar Henderson. So
Yeah,
for the most part,
there's a lot of superstars.
most of those guys are the better players.
And what those guys all have in common, except for Miguel Sano, I don't know how the hell he's on that list. They all have every guy on that list besides Sano, and even Sano, he just didn't play much this year. I can't believe he even had 80 at bats.
He has 83, the exact same amount as.
They all have big time power. Every guy on that list.
Man, listen, that was crazy, man.
Is there anybody on that list without a lot of home runs per at bat?
Sano has 2 homers.
Yeah, he's the only one.
Yeah.
Everybody else on that list got a lot of home runs. What's so funny?
Oh, what?
What is Earl cracking up about?
What did someone say? I must have totally
No, so G said it, but like this is just an example of maturity issues on full display right here.
Because it was like when I said it, bro, it was crazy, man. Like I apologize so bad. It was the worst thing I had said in a while, bro. Like it was crazy, bro.
Yeah.
Man.
One other thing,
Big Chris.
You need to go back to the drawing board.
One other thing on the game last night, guys, and that's Emmanuel Clase became the first Indian/Guardians.
Don't say his name. Don't you say his name around me.
Relief pitcher.
Don't you say his name around me.
Joe Table.
Thank you.
His Joe Table to get saves in 4 consecutive days. And part of the reason for that, not just because he's a good closer, teams don't usually let guys get a save 4 days in a row. because usually they don't let you pitch 4 days in a row. Make sure you get a day off. Now, I can't imagine they'll let him pitch today 5 days in a row if the game's close. You'll probably have either Gaddis or Cade Smith pitch the ninth tonight because those two guys didn't pitch. They both pitched yesterday, but they didn't pitch the day before. But obviously, Clase, I mean, just another outstanding performance. It was his fourth day pitching in a row, and he's still throwing 100 miles an hour.
And painting the corner. And he's throwing a sinker now.
I told
he's
Mike
crazy.
and Ant this morning when we was talking about it, I said I think that was pretty impressive. But anytime somebody is mentioned in the same category with that dude, I get a little uneasy. See, we talked earlier in the show about learning how to let things go.
Yeah.
That was the first time that I was allowed to stay up late on the school night, and he ruined it for me.
Yeah. Well, let it go. You got to forgive Jose Mesa.
You said his name, damn it!
Joey Tables. Get it right.
Senior Slam. And he was lights out that year, too.
He was.
He was lights out, man.
Go ahead, Mike.
We got another.